Welcome back to the Football Forecast. Tuesday, July 14th, MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and the 2026 World Cup semi-finals have arrived. Tonight, France versus Spain. The rematch of the 2022 World Cup semi-final, which France won 3, and the match that the entire football world has been waiting to see since the quarter-final draw was made. Because on one side of this match, you have the most statistically dominant attacking team in this tournament. 14 goals scored in 5 matches. More than any other nation remaining in the competition. And on the other side, you have the most statistically dominant defensive team in the history of the World Cup. Spain have played 5 matches. They have conceded 0 goals. Not one. 450 minutes of World Cup football with a clean sheet that has never been matched by any team at any World Cup ever played. 14 goals against, 0. The unstoppable force meets the immovable object. And only one of those records survives tonight. And here's my personal take before we get into the numbers. This is the most tactically fascinating match of the entire tournament. France's attack has been devastating. But they've also been vulnerable at times. They conceded against Morocco in the quarter-final. Spain haven't conceded at all, but they've also only scored 7 goals in 5 matches, less than a goal and a half per game. That tells me Spain's games are tight, controlled, and decided by fine margins. France's games are explosive. Tonight, the question is which style prevails in a one-off knockout match. Let us break down this semi-final completely. France. 5 wins. 0 draws. 0 losses. 14 goals. 2 conceded. Didier Deschamps is taking this squad to a 3rd consecutive World Cup final if they win tonight, which would be unprecedented in the modern era. No nation has reached 3 consecutive World Cup finals since the competition expanded to its current structure. The tournament run has been a masterclass in efficient, devastating football. 3-0 over Haiti. 3-0 over Iraq. 4-1 over a rotated Norway in the group stage. 3-0 over Sweden in the round of 32. 1-0 over Paraguay in the round of 16 through Mbappe's penalty. And then the quarter-final 2-1 over Morocco. The rematch of the 2022 semi-final, where France's efficiency and individual quality proved the difference. Kylian Mbappé. 7 tournament goals. The joint top scorer of this entire World Cup. His ability to generate goals from multiple situations, penalties, counterattacks, set-piece moments, makes him the most dangerous attacking individual remaining in this semi-final. And the player that Spain's defensive structure will spend more preparation time planning for than any other. Ousmane Dembélé, alongside him, 4 goals and 3 assists. The reigning the best FIFA men's player provides the wide creative dimension from the right that gives France's attack a second channel of genuine danger. Michael Olise has emerged as a revelation on the right flank, adding a 3rd attacking threat that defensive units have struggled to track simultaneously with Mbappe's movement. Marcus Thuram, returning from injury for the Morocco quarter-final, brings the physical centre-forward presence that allows France to play direct when the opponent's defensive block is compressed. On the injury situation, Aurélien Tchouaméni, France's vice-captain and midfield anchor, has been managing an adductor problem that kept him out of the Paraguay match. His availability for tonight's semi-final is genuinely uncertain. If he starts, France's midfield defensive cover improves significantly. His ball-winning and positional intelligence in front of the defensive line is the function that gives France's wide players and forwards the freedom to commit forward, freedom to commit forward. If Manu Koné continues in his place, France's midfield is slightly more open, which in the 2022 semi-final context, against a Spain side that had 55% possession in that match, is the tactical dimension to watch most closely. Dayot Upamecano and William Saliba form the centre-back partnership. N'Golo Kanté adds the midfield experience and energy from a role that has kept France's pressing intensity high across every match. What's remarkable about Deschamps' squad management is how he's evolved. 14 players from the 2022 squad are gone. Griezmann retired. Giroud retired, Varane retired, and Deschamps made the tactical decision to leave out Camavinga, Coman, and Colomboigny. He's built a younger, hungrier squad around Mbappé and Dembélé. That's the kind of ruthless evolution that keeps a team at the top for years. Spain, 5 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, 7 goals scored, and the number that defines their entire tournament, 0 conceded. Unai Simón has stood between the posts for 450 minutes of World Cup football at this 2026 tournament, and has not once retrieved the ball from his own net. He set a World Cup record that may stand for decades. The centre-back partnership of Aymeric, Laporte and Cubarsí has been the structural foundation of that record. Laporte's experience and reading of the game, combining with Cubarsí's physical authority and composure to give Spain a defensive line that has handled every attacking problem this tournament has produced. Until tonight. Their tournament run, 4-0, over Saudi Arabia with tournament-high pass completion on matchday 1, a goalless draw with Cape Verde, 2-1, over Uruguay. 3-0, over Austria, in the round of 32. 1-0 over Portugal through Mikel Merino's header, a set-piece goal that reflected Spain's ability to create danger from dead balls, even when their open play attack is limited. And then 1-0 over Belgium in the quarter-final, where Spain's defensive organisation absorbed Belgium's 11 technical informatures attacking record and emerged without conceding. Rodri is the most important single player in this match for Spain. The Ballon d'Or winner operates as the axis around which Spain's entire tactical identity is built. He controls the tempo, shields the centre-backs, and distributes with the accuracy and intelligence that allows Pedri, Dani Olmo, and Lamine Yamal to take their attacking risks with defensive security behind them. Yamal, at 18 years old, is Spain's most dangerous attacking individual. His directness, his dribbling, his ability to create moments that no defensive system can fully preempt. And he will be running at France's left flank throughout this semi-final. Pedri connects Spain's build-up phases. Moreno adds the set-piece threat. Oyarzabal provides the finishing quality. One fascinating detail about this Spain squad. For the first time in World Cup history, there are no Real Madrid players in the Spanish squad. That's not a weakness, it's a statement. De La Fuente has built this team around system fit, not club reputation. And in a semi-final against France, that tactical clarity could be the difference. The injury news that changes Spain's attacking options. Nico Williams is out for the remainder of the tournament with a right adductor injury. Williams's directness from the left channel was one of Spain's primary mechanisms for creating the wide overloads that Spain's possession system generates. Without him, the creative burden on Yamal, Olmo and Oyarzabal increases. Yeremy Pino remains doubtful with a shoulder injury. Ferran Torres and Boye Iglesias are available as substitute options if De La Fuente needs to change the attacking approach. Let us now look at what the head-to-head history and the tactical analysis of this specific match tells you. France have won the last 3 competitive meetings against Spain. 3-0 in the 2022 World Cup semi-final. 3-0 in the 2016 European Championship round of 16. 2-0 in the 2012 European Championship quarter-final. Spain's last competitive win over France came at the 2006 World Cup group stage. That is 18 years without a competitive victory over the same opponent. But here is the context from 2022 that Spain's players and coaching staff have been studying. Spain had 55% possession in that semi. They were not outplayed in terms of territorial control. France's 3-0 win came from clinical efficiency in the moments that mattered. The kind of finishing and the kind of defensive discipline that turns possession statistics into scorelines that do not reflect how close the match actually was. And here's the added layer. Spain's young generation, led by Lamine Yamal, have already beaten France once. At the 2024 European Championship, Yamal scored a spectacular goal that sent France out of the semi-finals. That result gives this Spanish side a psychological edge that the 2022 squad didn't have. They know they can beat France. Spain believe they should have taken something from that 2022 match. Tonight they have the tournament's best defensive record behind them, and Rodri's midfield control as their primary weapon for preventing France from finding the transition moments where their speed and attack is most dangerous. The tactical battle is framed around 2 central questions. Can Spain's defensive block contain Mbappé for 90 minutes? No team at this World Cup has managed it. Spain have also not conceded a goal. So the question has never previously required an answer in this tournament. Tonight both records are tested simultaneously. And the second question: can France press Spain high enough to prevent Rodri from receiving and distributing? Because if Rodri has clean possession in the central zone, Spain's possession machine builds from a platform that France's forwards find very difficult to disrupt. The Tchouaméni decision matters enormously here with Tchouaméni. France have a player who can challenge Rodri physically and positionally in the central battles. Without him, Spain's build-up has more space. I'm also watching the battle between Yamal and France's right side. Yamal has been Spain's most dangerous attacking outlet all tournament. If he can isolate Koundé, whoever starts at right back, he creates the chances that Spain need. But France know that they'll double up on him. That's when the space opens for Olmo and Oyarzabal on the other side. Our assessment: this is the most statistically compelling match of the entire 2026 World Cup. France's 14 goals against, Spain's 0 conceded. France's 3 consecutive semi-final appearances against Spain's desire to reach their first final since 2010. The experience, the efficiency, and the recent competitive record against Spain all favour France. But Spain's defensive record is the most extraordinary statistical achievement at any World Cup. And Rodri's midfield control will be tested rather than assumed. France 1-0 or 2-1 Mbappé breaks Spain's clean sheet record. France's clinical efficiency tells in the decisive moment, and the 2022 pattern repeats. But Spain create the best opportunities they have produced against any opponent at this tournament. Yamal gives France's left defensive flank the most difficult examination they have faced. And this goes deep into the second half before France's quality finds the way through. Drop a comment below right now. Score prediction for France vs Spain, the unstoppable force against the immovable object at MetLife Stadium tonight. Does Spain's historic defensive record finally give way to Mbappé? Or does Rodri's midfield control and Simon's clean sheet survive the best attack in this tournament? Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. The World Cup final is 2 matches away. We cover every remaining match in full. Follow us on all our socials for live reaction from New Jersey tonight. This is the Football Forecast. See you in the next one.